Available now. Link below.
And now in our special report, we're diving headfirst into a narrative that sounds more like a tale from a parallel universe. Imagine a scenario where the captain of a ship, witnessing a gaping hole in the hull, declares the incoming water beneficial for buoyancy. This isn't a plot from a dystopian novel. It's the reality that we're confronted with as AOC denies the border crisis and champions illegal immigration as a boon for the economy. With a country teetering on the brink of disaster, her remarks not only fuel the fire of political division, but challenge the very fabric of our republic. So tonight we unravel the web of misinformation, dissecting the facts with the precision of a surgeon to expose the truth behind these audacious claims. And you don't want to miss a moment in this report, especially the final thought that will leave you pondering the future of our great nation. So stay with us as we embark on a journey for the truth, because in today's world, the truth is not just right, but a necessity. Now, before we jump into our special report, let's take a moment. Much like a ship navigating through stormy seas relies on its compass, we depend on the beacon of truth in a sea of misinformation. Just as a captain steers clear of the rocks, we aim to guide you past the misleading narratives with the top-notch news we bring daily. But navigating these waters wouldn't be possible without our awesome sponsors. In a climate where the market swings as wildly as public opinion, securing your financial future is like securing the borders of our great nation. Essential and non-negotiable. That's why I trust the proud Americans at the Patriot Gold Group. With economic uncertainty mirroring the unpredictability of our current border policies, isn't it time you safeguarded your retirement with gold? The Patriot Gold Group offers a no-fee-for-life IRA for your IRA or 401k, allowing you to anchor your investments in physical gold and silver. So don't wait for the ship to sink. Call that number on the screen, 888-857-9437 for your free investor guide today. Protect your financial future as we fight to protect the sovereignty of our republic. Patriot Gold Group, Consumer Affairs, top-rated gold IRA dealer 7 years running. Call that number, 888-857-9437. Now, in the heart of America's political discourse lies a contentious debate that's divided the nation, the border crisis and its implications on our economy. At the forefront of this debate is Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's made headlines with her provocative stance dismissing the border crisis as a mere fabrication and lauding illegal immigration as a boon to our economy. Now, her assertions, steeped in controversy, demand a closer examination. Let's start with a claim that has left many Americans scratching their heads in disbelief. In a recent MSNBC interview, she outright denies the existence of a border crisis, labeling it as a false narrative spun by what she describes as xenophobic Republicans. Now, the sweeping dismissal flies in the face of the harsh realities observed at our southern border. Overwhelmed immigration facilities, stretched resources, and communities grappling with the fallout. Watch.
The idea that Republicans, in order to win an election, say we need to hermetically seal the border when they know that that is economic self-sabotage to the U.S. economy. And they are saying, let's do it anyway. And to compensate for the negative effects, we're going to allow and throw people's kids into factories. That is what they are doing in rolling back child labor laws while being as xenophobic and anti-immigrant as they are. And while ginning up this false narrative about this being a crisis. And by the way, by then also preventing and blocking any legislation that would provide not just a path to citizenship, but a path to work papers, a path to allowing people who want to work to be paired with American businesses who need people to work. And I mean, there is not only no moral calculation, there is no economic calculation, there is no logical calculation, there is only a political calculation. And that political calculation is we are going to keep whining about it. Mm-hmm. We are going to keep pretending this is a crisis while contributing to actual problems. And then we're going to block the solution so that we can campaign on it over and over and over. And we can call it caravans, we can call it migrant crises, we can call it family separation, and they will just recycle it over and over and over again in order to gin up, just so much animosity and destruction in this country and racism in this country, because that's the only thing that the Republican Party even is standing on at this point.
Wow, she hit all the buzzwords perfectly, didn't she? And she even was able to squeeze in racism. Remarkable. Man, she is so talented. Now, in her world, it seems, the laws of economics and the principles of national sovereignty can be bent at will. According to AOC, blocking the influx of illegal immigrants into the U.S. labor market equates to economic self-sabotage. Yet, this simplistic view glosses over the complex dynamics of illegal immigration, including its impact on the wages of American workers, the strain on public resources, and, of course, most importantly, the rule of law, AOC. Moreover, her solution to the so-called non-crisis is as bewildering as her diagnosis. Last month, she outlined a plan that essentially amounts to opening the floodgates, handing out visas and passports to anyone who wants them, thereby legalizing illegal immigration en masse. This approach, she argues, would resolve the undocumented population issue, likening it to the actions of our ancestors. Of course, yes. And don't forget all those brand new Democrat voters. Take a look.
From all parts of the political spectrum, one of the biggest issues that we have when it comes to immigration is the fact that we have an undocumented population. Mm-hmm. Now, you can fix that by trying to build a wall, or you can fix that by trying to document people and create a path to citizenship.
Wait a second. Hey, Brian. Can we start this clip from the beginning? Did you guys see this? Watch this is a clip from The Daily Show. All right. Watch what it says in the bottom corner of the screen. I thought this was a joke that someone had put on the screen, but of course it's indicative of Trump derangement syndrome, TDS. Roll it.
From all parts of the political spectrum, one of the biggest issues that we have when it comes to immigration is the fact that we have an undocumented population. Mm-hmm. Now, you can fix that by trying to build a wall, or you can fix that by trying to document people and create a path to citizenship. Mm-hmm.
And we're just gonna start documenting what 20 million people who just stormed the border. Yeah, I know why you want to document them, AOC. You guys need some more voters, and you guys want to flood all the districts and the congressional districts so you can reallocate all of the representation. So yeah, I know exactly what you guys are up to. I mean, think about it. If you can move millions and millions of people into the districts that you think you need, and then you can add them up in a census, and then suddenly you can redistrict the whole area, wow. Now you've got 25 more Democrats in Congress. See, we know your tricks, AOC. Okay, sorry, I digress. Let's listen to the rest of this babble.
We'll have folks that might say, look at these systems, that our shelter system has weight and things like that. But one of the reasons that our public systems experience weight is because people don't have a documented and reliable path to work and sustain themselves, just like all of our ancestors did, and our grandparents and great-grandparents.
Yeah. Well, my ancestors came here, they checked in at Ellis Island, and they did it the right way. But I know that might be difficult for AOC to grasp. But here's where her logic falters. AOC's comparison of the current illegal immigration to the migration experiences of past generation overlooks critical differences in context, scale, and of course, legal framework. Like I said, our ancestors came through a process that were perhaps not perfect. They were legal pathways established by the nation at the time. They didn't leapfrog over existing laws or enter the country under the cover of night. They came through Ellis Island, were documented, became part of America's melting pot through legal means. Okay, my family, they assimilated. They said, we're not going to teach the next generation the Italian language. We're not going to do it. We want our children to be Americans. That was the goal. That doesn't happen anymore. Now, furthermore, AOC's economic argument that illegal immigration is essential for the U.S. economy raises more questions than it answers. While certain sectors may benefit from cheaper labor, this myopic view that fails to account for the broader economic and social costs, including undercut wages for American workers and the fiscal burden on healthcare, education, and welfare systems. The irony of AOC's stance becomes even more glaring when considering the current state of New York City, her home turf. The city has been struggling under the weight of an influx of migrants stretching social services thin and sparking a housing crisis. If illegal immigration is such a panacea for economic woes, why then is her city buckling under the pressure? So the disconnect between AOC's utopian immigration narrative and the ground realities is stark. It's a narrative that, while appealing to certain ideological corners and throwing out all the buzzwords that make you feel warm and fluffy, it sidesteps the nuanced, multifaceted nature of immigration policy and its implications for national security, economic stability, and, of course, social cohesion. So we delve into these issues. It's crucial to remember the difference between immigration and illegal immigration. America is a nation, yes, built by immigrants, and legal immigration has been a source of strength and diversity. However, conflating illegal immigration with this legacy does a disservice to those who have followed the rules and undermines the principles of fairness and legality. So in wrapping up, let's not forget the words of President Donald Trump, who's consistently emphasized the need for border security as a cornerstone for national sovereignty and economic prosperity. The contrast between Trump's clear-eyed realism and AOC's fanciful rhetoric couldn't be more pronounced. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. And now, my final thought. In this tumultuous era of political rhetoric and ideological battles, AOC's narrative on the border crisis and illegal immigration stand as a testament to the profound disconnect between certain political figures and the stark realities that are facing our nation. Her assertions, while undoubtedly appealing to a particular segment of the political spectrum, glosses over the complexities and consequences of unchecked illegal immigration. As we strive to navigate these challenging waters, it is imperative that we demand more than just charming narratives and easy answers. The security, prosperity, and the very fabric of our republic hinge on our ability to confront these issues with honesty, pragmatism, and a steadfast commitment to the rule of law. So, let's choose leaders who offer real solutions, not fairy tales, because America deserves no less.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.